Hello. Alcohol Use Disorder by Elizabeth Durbin, Natalie Crowley, Brianna Bishop, and Charity Mills. Today we'll be discussing the overview of alcohol use disorder itself, also known as AUD, how family and friends are affected, treatment options, and how family and friends can be a part of the recovery process. The prevalence of AUD in the United States for alcohol treatment statistics was as follows. 15 million Americans over the age of 18 were living with an alcohol use disorder. Only about 6.7% of the number received the treatment they needed to heal. In 2015, about 623,000 youth between the ages of 12 and 18 were living with an alcohol use disorder, yet only about 5.2% of that number sought treatment. What is alcohol use disorder, also known as AUD? The DSM-5 diagnostic criteria for alcohol use disorder is as follows. A problematic pattern of alcohol use to clinically significant impairment or distress as manifested by at least two of the following occurring within a 12-month period. Alcohol is often taken in larger amounts and over a longer period of time than was intended. There is a persistent desire or unsuccessful efforts to cut down or control alcohol use. A great deal of time is spent in activities necessary to obtain alcohol, use alcohol, or recover from its effects. Craving or a strong desire or urge to use alcohol. Recurrent alcohol use resulting in the failure to fulfill major role obligations at work or school or home. Continued alcohol use despite having persistent or recurrent social or interpersonal problems caused or exacerbated by the effects of alcohol. Important social, occupational, or recreational activities are given up or reduced because of alcohol use. Recurrent alcohol use in situations in which it is physically hazardous. Alcohol use is continued despite knowledge of having a persistent or recurrent physical or psychological problem that is likely to have been caused or exacerbated by alcohol. Tolerance as defined by either of the following: a need for markedly increased amounts of alcohol to achieve intoxication or its desired effect, a markedly diminished effect with continued use of the same amount of alcohol. Withdrawal as manifested by either of the following. The characteristic withdrawal syndrome for alcohol. Refer to criteria A and B of the criteria set for alcohol withdrawal. Alcohol or a closely related substance such as benzodiazepine is taken to relieve or avoid withdrawal symptoms. This chart is going to explain the differentiation of substance use disorders. One of the major differences of alcohol use disorder compared to other substance use disorders, such as cannabis use, opioid use, or other substances, such as hallucinogens or methamphetamines, is that alcohol use disorder by far surpasses all other substances in terms of related common health conditions. The percentage here is on the side, and it's one of 19 common health conditions. And as you can see, it far surpasses any other substance use disorder.